Okay, good morning everyone. So welcome again to our week 20 part 2. So today we have our new discussion. So it's all about the introduction to maritime charts and symbols. Okay. So first, so what is this maritime charts? So it says here that it is a specialized map design for marine navigation, providing essential information for safe passage on the sea or on the water. So we have here some key points to remember. So first, what is the purpose of these charts? So the purpose of these charts or the nautical charts, it helps the mariners navigate by providing a detailed representation of the water and its seabed and surrounding coastal areas. So the maritime charts are designed to help the mariners plan voyages, plot courses, and navigate vessels safely and efficiently. So we have here the key features. So they display water depths, navigational hazards like the reefs, shoals, location of aids to navigation. So it says here it's the buoys, the lighthouse, and other relevant information like tides and currents. So we also have some types of nautical charts that can be the traditional one, the paper-based, or also called as the raster charts, or electronic, or the ECDIS. So with electronic charts becoming increasingly common. So in our modern days, we usually you can see some electronic charts. So they more used to use the electronic rather than the traditional one, which is the paper based. So the importance that they are the fundamental tools for planning voyagers, plotting courses, and ensuring the safe passage through various waterways, including the oceans, seas, and rivers. So these charts are used to determine their position, plan routes, and avoid dangers like the shallow waters or obstructions according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So why are maritime charts are very important? So, so as we all know that the maritime charts or the nautical charts are essential for safe and efficient navigation at the sea. So they provide crucial information about the waters. So here, as you can see, I have here uh, some points to remember why the nautical charts are very important. So of course we determine this by the safety. So it helps the mariners to avoid dangers like shoals, rocks, and wrecks. So the charts help prevent the collision, groundings, and other navigational accidents by providing information about the depths and obstructions and other hazards. Efficiency. So, enables planning of optimal routes, saving time and fuel. So, by understanding the features depicted on the charts, mariners can optimize their routes and reduces the travel time. We also hear about the legal compliance. So, it's often a requirement for a vessels, especially commercial ones. So, many countries requires commercial vessels. So, to carry the nautical charts as part of their navigational safety requirements. Situational awareness. So it also provides a comprehensive view of the mariner or the marine environment. So charts provide a detailed visual representation of the marine environment. So helping mariners build a strong understanding of the sea and its features. So lastly is the decision making. So supports informed decisions regarding course, speed, and maneuvers. So the charts are used to plan voyage, including route, selection, estimating travel time, and identifying the suitable anchorage. So we have here the types of maritime charts. Okay. So it says here it is the broadly classified by scale, type, or it is the paper or electronic, and intended use, with the common types including the general, coastal, harbor, and sailing charts. So here is the one of the types of the charts. So we have here the paper charts. So the paper charts are the traditional physical charts. So the advantage of this is no power required because it's only on the paper. But the disadvantage of this is the susceptible to damage, required manual updating, and it takes some storage space. So next is we have what we call the electronic navigational charts or the ENCs. So this time, if we have the paper-based chart, we also have the digital charts. So the ENCs is the digital charts that can be displayed on ECDIS. So the advantage of this is the real-time positioning. It automatic updates and easy route planning and alarms. And the disadvantage requires power system malfunction. So since it is digital, it also required some electrical power. And another type that we have is what we call the rasters or the raster chart. So this is the digital image of paper charts. So here we have the advantage and disadvantage as well. So the advantage of this, it's relatively inexpensive. So and familiar appearance. And the disadvantage of the raster charts is limited functionality compared to the electronic charts. So we have here the classification by scale. So it says here if we have the harbor charts, so this is the large scale charts. So this is for navigating the harbors and small waterways. We also have here what we call the coastal charts. So the coastal chart showing detailed coastal features and safe passage through waterways. We also have here the general charts. This is used for the coastwise navigation and ocean passage. And another one is the sailing charts. So this is for offshore navigation and planning a longer voyages. We also have here, lastly, is for the small scale or what we call the general charts as well. So this is used for planning the large ocean passage. So we have here some points to remember about the maritime charts. So first is the depth. Depth is about the soundings or the numbers indicating the water depth. We also have here the landmarks. So the landmarks are the prominent features on the land. So like buildings, the lighthouse, or the towers. And we also have what we call the navigational aids. So it's under the lighthouses, the buoys and beacons, and also the day marks. So the danger and obstructions. So it tackles about the rocks, the wrecks, the shoals, and other restricted areas. Another one to remember is about the seabed characteristics. So these are the type of bottom. So if it's like the sand, mud, or rock. Magnetic variation. So difference between true north and magnetic north. We also have the tidal information. So it references the tidal predictions. Charts title block. So it says here that it contains charts number, editions, scale, and other vital details. So here we have now the introduction to the chart symbol. So as I said earlier, the depth soundings, it's about the numbers or it's the depth of the water. So it's depicted by numbers along contour lines that indicate the depth of water at a specific location. So what is this represented? So the soundings represent or indicate the depth of the water at a particular location on the charts. So, and also says here that the nautical charts are commonly used fathoms or 6 feet and feet or meters to express the depth. So the numbers on the charts indicate the depth at a specific level, often mean lower or low water, which is the average water depth at low tide. So how to interpret it? Interpret them. So you need to understand that the unit of measure used on the chart and the meaning of the numbers to accurately interpret the depth. So for example, the sounding of 03 might mean 3 feet depth, while the 555 it could mean 35 feet depth. Okay? Importance in navigation. So soundings help the sailors or the mariners determine the navigable depth of an area and avoid the shallow water or the hazards. And other factors to consider is the tide height that can affect the actual water depth. So it's important to factor in tide variation when navigating. So we also have here some hazards. So under these hazards, it tells about the symbols represents. So we have here the rocks, the shoals, wrecks, and other obstruction that pose navigational risk. So the common hazard symbols. So we have here the rocks, as I said earlier. So it represents by a black dot. So it's here with a circle around it. Or a plus sign with dots in the corner. So for rocks just beneath the surface. We also have here the islets. So this is the small islands. So shown as a small islands, often in the like the Bahamas, Caribbean, and Pacific. We also have here the breakers. So the breakers indicated by wavy lines or dotted lines. So it indicates where the waves break over obstructions. And of course, we also have the coral reefs. So the coral reefs represented by a shade area with a dotted line around it. So here, so as I said, the rocks symbols like a dot or a plus sign. The reds is like this, dotted rectangle or YK with dots. So restricted areas are the dotted lines with explanatory text. FG is for foul ground, or simple letter R for the reef. So here another one is the aids to navigation. So these symbols included the lighthouse, buoys, and beacons that help with navigation. So we have here the types of aids. So first we have the buoys. So the buoys are the floating objects that are anchored to the bottom. So they are distinctive shape and colors, indicate their purpose and how to navigate around them. We also have the beacon. So structures that are permanently fixed to the seabed or land. So they are ranged from the structure such as a lighthouse to a single pile pole. So we also have here, so the lateral marks. So buoys and beacons that mark the sides of channel or hazards. So for example, the port side or the starboard side. So these are represented with a specific symbol and colors, with green indicating the port side and red indicating the starboard side. So isolated danger marks. So these marks, which indicate a specific dangerous feature, are represented with a unique symbol. So we also have here the safe water marks. So these marks, which indicate a safe water areas, and approaches are represented with a distinct symbol. So we also have here the special marks. So these marks, which indicate the special features like dredging zones, anchor age, are represented also with a unique symbol. So light characteristics. So the symbols for lights often include information about their color, flashing pattern, and visibility range. It for helping the mariners identify specific lights. So here, another introduction to our symbol is the channels and anchorage. So these symbols indicate the navigate navigatable channel and safe areas for anchoring. So the purpose is this is to provide the safe routes for navigation, particularly into marinas, anchorage, and passageways. Depictions. So it often shows with the dotted lines or distinct colored areas indicating channel paths and wide. So symbols. It may include the symbols representing the specific hazards or features with the channel. We also have here what we call the anchor age. So the anchorage are the areas where vessels can safely drop anchor and hold position. So they are often marked by anchor symbols on the charts. So some anchorage may also have the specific depth marking or other symbols to indicate the restrictions or the recommendations. So the purpose is to designated areas where the vessel can safely drop the anchor. So, the depiction of this is to mark by a circle containing an anchor symbol. So, the additional information that you need to remember that it may include the depth markings indicating suitable water depth for anchoring or notations like DW for deep water. The types can include also the specific anchor age within harbors or bays or more general anchorage areas. So the symbols that used to warn the mariners for potential hazards. So these are the among of the most important symbols to recognize. And as well, which is are vital for making safe channel and dangers. So these charts or these symbols are the fundamental for avoiding groundings. So to explaining shortly about these symbols, so they are the standardized language that allows the mariners to quickly understand the information represented on the chart. So here, how do we read and interpret a chart in a practical tips? So first, start with the title block. Understand the chart scale, datum, and date of publication. So also check the latest edition and notice to mariners. It's like the charts are dynamic, so they need to be stay updated. So understand the depth datum. So what zero depth refers to a mean blower low water. Familiarize yourself with the symbols. Visualize the environment. So you need to connect the chart's information with the real world. Plan your route. So use a parallel ruler, dividers, and platters. And of course, practice makes perfect. So you need to keep on practicing. So when you are using the charts, the more proficient you become. Examine the tile, axis, and the legend's keys. So I have here the title. So this provides the overall topic of the charts. The axis. Identify the variables being measured and the scale of measurement. Legends and keys. So this one explain any symbols, colors, and other visual elements used in the charts. So analyze the data and look for patterns. So we have to read the specific data. So it identify the individual data points and their values. So look for patterns or trends. So these are the any noticeable increases, decreases, or cycles on the data. Another one is to look for average and exceptions. So, so identify any outliers or unusual data points. Consider the context. So this is how does this data related to other information you already know. So making comparison and draw a conclusion. So compare the different data sets. So identify the similarities, differences, or correlations between the different categories or groups. Draw the conclusion. So what insight can you gain from the data represented in the charts? So practice and refine your skills. So read different types of charts. Practice reading various charts to become familiar with the different formats and conventions. Tips for maximum readability. So choose easily readable typefaces and font size. Limit the number of typefaces. So this is to avoid the visual clutter. Ensure the data points are clearly and visible. So this should be not obscured. Label the titles and access clearly and accurately. So we have here some key points to remember. So first, the maritime charts and their symbols are indispensable tools for safe and efficient navigation. They provide a wealth of information crucial for understanding the marine environment. Proficiency in reading charts and understanding the symbols is a fundamental skills for all mariners. So, another one, always use the latest edition and stay informed with notices and to mariners. Embrace both traditional and electronic charting methods for comprehensive safety. Yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in our next meeting.